Interesting. Gosh, I have all kinds of birds here. You got any feathers for me, birds? There's one. Need another feather. Alright, we need to get going here. I needed to tribute 2 cards. Only one of them had the effect to summon another monster. What does that mean to tribute another card? Earthbound Immortal Capac Apu cannot be destroyed. Interesting. Are all immortal cards indestructible then, or just certain ones? There's actually a... let's see, this isn't it. Where is it? There's actually another entry... maybe that was it. Another entry into the cavern system. Yeah, okay. The tent. Okay. Let's make our way down here for a minute. $123 sap. Tribute is to discard the monster cards you have in the field. To summon a 5 or 6 level monster, you need to take out 1 card. For a 7+, you must take out 2 cards on your side of the field. And Capac Apu is level 10. Gosh. That is, that sounds pretty intense. You know what? Let me grab my flashlight again here. The Kapak Apu have a 3,000 attack points. The same as the Blue Eyes. Oh, okay. So I've never been down here before with the diving gear. It's not really it's not really all that far to go underwater anyway. And that takes us right down to this campsite. Get a flame going here. Do another game save here. Gaming Granny, welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us for more forest gameplay. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a rather fun time of it. And how about yourself? I hope everything is going well for you also. Oh yes, back in the large area here. Alright. Let's see, I've got 19 twigs. I have another one. This is all dynamite and drinks right there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. You went hiking with your granddaughters today. Okay. Well, you did much more exercise than I've done all week, Gaming Granny. I'm on vacation all week and I've just been at home relaxing. How far did you guys hike? Oh, this place again. Alright, I'm gonna need my torch. Well, maybe not. Let's see. That drop is always a doozy. And quite honestly, I don't know if there's any other way to make it down from there without getting too much damage. What is that? A circuit board? Alright. Let's see. You know what? We got dynamite there and dynamite there. Okay, so that's the edge. Gosh, there's quite a lot there. So this is back where we were before, from the other day. Okay, it was about an hour round trip. Oh, okay. Did you guys go to a like a national park type of a thing? Or do you have areas on your farm, on your property, that's large enough that you can do that kind of a thing? Alright, so I can actually... I guess I should try climbing back up that area. Let's see, can we move this thing? Just a trail near the house? Oh, okay. There's another pickaxe. I guess we can put a lamp close by here. Alright, what I want to do is... go ahead and light that one. What I want to do is go this way. There's a ledge over here that I think... Let's see. I think I might be able to jump it. Oh, there we go. Huh. Come on, lighter, for goodness sake. Let's see. You know what? Why don't we just put a lamp right on the corner here where this skull was located. And let's see. Where else can we go here? Oh. Alright. So did you actually do any streaming today, Gaming Granny? Or did you just enjoy time with your grandkids? Now see, I don't know if... see, all of this looks empty over here, but... I mean, is there a rope or something I can use to get down that way? I don't see anything. And this area... I don't remember this area. Or wait a minute. You know what this is? This is the other side of that? Huh. Okay. I'm kind of confused right now. You know what? I'm going to put another lamp here. Let's see. Put a lamp there. See, at first I thought this was all filled with water, but it isn't. The way the light shimmers, at first it looked like it was all filled with water. Okay, so there's a ledge there. Because there's a artificial lamp. Alright. Oh, here we go. Tape labeled, what was that? Lunch with Megan, opening the artifact. And I still haven't located the camcorder. Alright, so let's make our descent. Okay, so there's the water. We got meds there. Okay, we need to set up a light. Like right here. And we probably should set up another light. Somewhere over this way, I'm guessing. Okay, so you won't be streaming this week? Oh, okay. Now let's see. Can we go this way? There's a rope over there. You know what? Let's take a dive down this way and see what's what. This thing. Can't really get to it. Or maybe that's just the light shimmer. Alright, I guess that's just the light shimmering. Alright, we need to get up back out of the water. Get my torch lit. Actually, the lighter doesn't run out of fuel. So yeah, it's a very constant a constant source of light. Oh gosh, I need to take some medicine to get my health back up. The only thing about it is the light, you gotta the lighter you have to keep flicking it to bring it back on, or turn it back on. So, just a little bit of a nuisance, but, you know, at least it is a consistent, lighting source. Oops. So yeah, it definitely is available. Oh wait, this is the other ledge, isn't it? Okay. So that's what this was. Okay. And this will just take us back up this way. Yeah, in this game, and again, like I was mentioning yesterday, since I haven't played Ark or Rust, I don't know how the game mechanics work with regard to like resources in those games, but with this game title, a lot of items like booze, sodas, snacks, various herbs in the environment, things like small rocks, large rocks, branches, rope, medicines, what else? Circuit boards, cloth, various berries that you find around the area, even things like the compass and these broken toy parts. I mean, a lot of these items frequently respawn throughout the gameplay, so that you never really find yourself, you know, running dangerously short of anything. Now, there is a bit of a respawn time for all this stuff, but from what I can tell, it's not really all that long. And so you know, as you play the game, you constantly have resources readily available for use. It's actually quite nice. And so I guess it's kind of that way with the lighter. It's an available resource that you can pretty much always count on having available to you throughout the gameplay. Now, if you play the game in like its hard mode, like currently I'm playing in normal mode, but I would imagine if you played the game in its hard mode level, then, you know, in a situation like that, you probably would have things like the respawning items, or at least some items might not respawn, as opposed to things like berries, tree branches. You know, some of the more natural stuff out in the wild will probably respawn, but some of the more artificial stuff like snacks and drinks, artificial drinks, you know, probably in a hard mode, stuff like that probably wouldn't respawn to make the game you know, a little bit more realistic. Alright, so there's my rope going up that way. Let's see here. So like with your, you know, your thirst and hunger icons, you can always replenish those with a soda or a snack, or with whatever animals that you catch in the wild, which you can dry or you can cook. And then of course you can make a water skin which holds, you know, clean water. And so you have ways of resolving your thirst and hunger problems that way too. So it's pretty nice. Let's see, so now I need my pickaxe. And the way they got this pickaxe system set up, it's kind of like Tomb Raider. It's pretty much similar to the way Tomb Raider, the climbing you would have in those titles. There would be certainly certain rock faces that you could use your pickaxe to climb up certain areas here. You know what? I think I'm gonna put another lamp here. So I have not been in this part of the cave system as far as I know. So this stuff is going to be all new. Alright, we'll grab some more twigs. Another snack. And then, let's see, what else do we got here? I don't think I have any more, yeah, I don't have any more skulls. So that I can't, oh, there's one right there. Let's see. Well, I guess I can always just place the lamp right here then. The kind of creatures in the caves are basically, they're kind of a humanoid, creature of sorts. They're basically these really humanoid monstrosities. Although, like, in this pond here, you've got some fish. But, not all of the ponds have fish in them. This one does, it appears, fortunately. But yeah, there's these cannibal-type humanoid creatures throughout the games, throughout this game, that basically inhabit the caverns as well as the outdoors. But then there's also these other monster-like creatures which also inhabit inhabit these areas. And I guess from what I can kind of tell with this particular title, it seems like there was it seems like there's been some kind of a oh wow, we got skulls there. Some kind of a science experimentation that was going on in this place that kind of basically went awry. These different tests that were done on these people that has turned them into these monstrosities. And some of them are pretty creepy looking too. But they inhabit both these cavern areas as well as the outdoors. So yeah, they're pretty creepy looking, and you know, they're fairly dangerous. But once you kind of understand how to do the melee and combat system with each creature, you can actually do fairly well. Like for me, the way that I've been fighting the more humanoid creatures is, let's see, where does this go? Okay. What I generally use is a axe, and what I like to do is blocking. You can block them pretty easy. They don't do any damage when they strike at you if you're blocking them. And with certain of the enemies, when they keep hitting you while you block them, they'll actually eventually kill themselves. It's really kind of a strange phenomena, but that's one of the ways to defeat some of them. And then another way is there's an occasion where if you get behind the creature, they basically will stand still as if they've can't understand where you went to. And so if you get behind them, you can usually even just walk right up to them and then just take a swing at them and kill them that way. Well, maybe not kill them. You actually need to spend like maybe 3 to 4 hits to usually kill them. But you can attack them that way. I've tried using a spear to attack them, but they can actually dodge the spear fairly easily. And so for me, the spear really hasn't been an ideal method for fighting them. For me, it's usually just been an axe in which I can block them. Or a lot of times, like if I'm on the beach, I'll use archery with flaming arrows. And if you can hit them about 3 times with a flaming arrow, that will usually kill them. And oddly enough, for someone like myself who has a very horrendous time with archery in most video games, I actually get like a 90 to 100% hit rate with the archery. Because oftentimes these creatures, they'll just kind of stand and watch you. And so it gives you enough time to, get your archery ready to strike them, and you can usually hit them pretty readily, pretty easily. Or at least for me at any... Oh, so this is where this goes to. Okay. You know what? I better have some fish. So yeah, if you're on land or in the caves, I would strongly suggest using an axe. And if they're striking at you, just keep blocking. Because if you try to hit them while they're hitting you, you simply can't swing quick enough. And they'll eventually do damage to you, and they'll either kill you, or if they don't kill you, they will simply take you to a cave and string you up. And if that happens, you eventually awaken, and you can get your lighter and your axe back to cut yourself down and continue the adventure. So yeah, I use the axe when I'm in the cave areas, but like on the beaches and stuff, I'll use my archery, you know, to basically hit them with flame arrows. Alright, looks like my flashlight ran out. Oh, and then another thing you can use is the hairspray. If you use that in combination with your lighter, because those creatures, they burn pretty easily. You know, when they get close to you, you can burn them. Now, it doesn't kill them off that quickly, but it'll do a fairly decent amount of damage. Like if you burn them 3 times with the hairspray and the lighter, I think that will usually should finish them off. And then with regards to fire, another thing I like to do is when you make your campfires, and, you know, like if I had a few that were in the vicinity who wanted to come after me, it's really nice to have about 3 of these campfires in different close locations, because every once in a while they'll end up running into the fire and burning themselves. So the campfires are a rather interesting defensive, offensive way of you know, of doing some damage to them without you having to do anything, because they'll just either run through it or run into it, or sometimes they'll back into the campfire and burn themselves that way. And then also when you're near water, apparently they can't swim. So if you get out, you know, into a certain area where, you know, where it's deep enough, they'll oftentimes run out into the water to try to come after you, but then they'll quickly run right back out. But oftentimes they'll also run into the water, and if they get submerged, then they'll, what happens is they'll end up dying. So they don't like water and they don't like fire. So those are basically the key components to try to remember with those creatures. And they're really not, I mean, they're really not that tough of an enemy. You know, again, if they get close to you, the best thing to do is get an axe, just so you can block them, because as long as you're in the blocking position, they simply can't do you any damage, even though they strike at you. Okay, let's see. There was actually some other